her in pain. She had this intense pain right about here, and it was getting worse. So we went to the ER. Took the bride from the rehearsal dinner and went to the ER, and their initial assumptions were perhaps it's gallbladder stones or perhaps appendicitis. So they took tests, and while we're waiting for test results, we're talking about the fact that we didn't purchase wedding insurance. They were going to get married. We had no question these two kids were in love and going to get married. Why would we need wedding insurance? Also, their honeymoon, 15 days in Europe, much of it prepaid. Didn't get honeymoon insurance or travel insurance for that. But we were considering the real possibility that she might be having an appendectomy or gallbladder stone surgery. It would have impacted certainly the next day's wedding. Tests came back though inconclusive. They couldn't find anything wrong with it. So they gave her some pain meds and released her, and really kind of chalked it up to nerves, which really seemed like a stretch because of how much pain she was in. In fact, nothing like this has ever happened before. But the next day, we had a wedding that was nearly on time. And as the flower girl, my 20-month-old granddaughter started walking down the aisle, as we had practiced the day before, the real difference was now there were 120 sets of eyes looking at her. And she got about halfway down the aisle and stopped, scanned the crowd, and turned. As if she'd seen a bear. And so I went and got her and pointed out Mommy up at the front and kind of tried to shoo her down, and my wife came up the aisle, met her halfway, and we continued. The next thing that had to happen was walking my daughter down the aisle. And as I'm doing the walk, step together, step together, step together. I'm going through with a checklist. The checklist that says, I get to the end, I say, when prompted, her family and I do. Lift the veil, kiss her cheek, place her hand in Kyle's, and then sit. That was my whole job. And as I'm walking, I realized we didn't put the veil down. The veil's up. How can I go to step 3 if I haven't done step 2? So we played it off, and amazingly, despite skipping step 2, the world didn't end. Then the father-daughter dance was something I was anxious about. So my daughter and I actually took some dance lessons. Had this song picked out. It's a slow country song called I Loved Her First. And so we met with a dance instructor who decided the best dance for us to do for this song was a slow country two-step, which if any of you have done country dancing, you know it's a quick, slow, quick, slow, quick, and there's turns and all that stuff. And the challenge that I had anticipated was the size of this hoop skirt that was going to put this distance between us. And the music started, and as I started to walk her back,